This is not a test. Don't expect to be impressed. Put on your life vest. Sit down your armrest. It's time to stray from the grind. Don't take my hand, 'cause you'll find no peace of mind. Side quest.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to Side Quest, the adventures between the adventures. Today, sometimes we do a little game, sometimes we talk to fans, sometimes we talk to friends, and why not do a little bit of all of the above? I'm MK Gibson. Who do we have with me today? Drew?
I am here. I am Drew Hayes, and I think that's probably as much as we're doing for intros today.
I mean, you want to spill? You want to pimp something? Go for it, man. We got time.
Oh, sure. I'm the author of books such as Superpowers, Villains Code, NPCs, Fred the Vampire Accountant, and the 5-Minute Sherlock series, the latest of which is finally coming out in Kindle and print. In fact, by the time you're hearing this, it's probably already out. So go check out The Case of the Felonious Fair.
Jeez. Okay, like the way you rattle it off, just like, okay, I've got it locked. It's like on a spring.
Oh, if you insist.
It's not like I do this multiple times a week every week.
True.
Steve, how you doing, sir?
I'm all right. I'm Steve Weverall. I ain't got shit. I'll tell you what. I remixed the Deep Space Nine theme tune with Fred Durst on our video.
I saw
channel.
that the other day. Yeah,
you can go check that out. That's what I've been doing with my entire year.
And as I said at the top, I'm MK Gibson, authors of such books as the Technomancer series, the Shadow Master series, and many more. But we're not here for us three. We're here for a fan and a friend and a game developer, Mr. Aaron, who I always butcher your last name, Lanowitz.
Yeah.
Oh, holy shit, I got it right. Founder of Crit Harder, friend of Authors and Dragons, gone to many of the A&D cons, I've had the fortunate privilege of playing your beta game way back when it was still Slaughterland. But tell us about who are you? Why are you here? What are you trying to sell us?
So I am Aaron Lanowitz, as Gibby accurately described.
Nice. Going well so far.
We've had a game in development since like 2015, and we're finally, thanks to the encouragement of some of our friends and author players who test drove it, we're back in the market and pushing it to Kickstarter, hopefully in March. It's called Imminent Peril. It is a creatively chaotic survival action role-playing game. Find us, hopefully Gibby will drop a link in the description, but you can find us at imminentperil.critharder.com.
Yep.
Sign up to be notified when the Kickstarter goes live and get some more info on it.
Yeah, when I met Aaron actually at Authors and Dragons Con 2023, my first Authors and Dragons Con, and I was still getting to meet the fans and the authors themselves. I was just there as a guest. I got to BS with Aaron and his wife Andrell, and like when they had the game was still on slips of paper and like that. But they got a chance to sit down with Dinneman, and he really got into the game. So the following year, at Authors and Dragons in Portland in 2024, I got a chance to sit down and play the actual original beta deck on the actual cards, and we all got to sit around. It was us and Ben's son and a bunch of other folks got to sit around and play. And it was a blast. Everybody had a great time playing this game. Several of the other guests who were sitting around at Authors Alley. And wow, this game became so much fun. It got really creative and really weird, and it really spoke to me. And I don't like party games. In fact, I loathe them. If someone says, "Hey man, you play Settlers of Catan?" We're not friends anymore. Get out of my house and leave the wine. But this is one of those few party games where I sit down. I'm like, oh wow, this is something, and I can't wait to like back this, play this, and be part of this. So at this past year, when I was talking to Aaron again at one of the conventions, I said, well, I like what you're doing with this. Can I be part of it? My friend Sandy Butchers, who's worked with Authors and Dragons before, she and I have become the art development team that has redone the product branding. So we've been helping to work on this product for quite some time. And it's been a lot of fun. We've had a lot of great times, a lot of arguments, a lot of blasts. Yeah. So we've been working on this. And I said, you got to come onto the show. I got to get some guys to play it. So what got you into game making, Aaron?
Well, probably a disappointment with the flexibility in a lot of like systems out there, and there were some games that I tried and they were close to what I ended up making, and just nothing hit the mark. So I was like, well, at the very least I can make a play version of this and order one of those prototypes for me and my friends to play, and people kept telling us how fun it was, and eventually it was just like, all right, I'll give it a go. Like, let's
Drew and Steve, are you guys party game players?
I love his reasoning there. It's like, what got you into game development? Well, I played those other games and they sucked balls.
Exactly.
Yeah, the failings of mainstream publishers. if I
Maybe
put
if
one
other
word on it.
people were better
Weaker
at their
minds have
jobs.
tried what I can do with the snap of my fucking fingers. You know,
all of these.
Yes, I have played many a party game in my day.
I don't know if it's a go-to thing in your house. We have a few games in our house that we do. Like, I will sit down and play one or two here and there when friends come over, and I enjoy them barely. But this is one of the ones like I play and I actually get excited to play. So you a party game goer there, Steve?
Yeah, I play like Where Did I Put My Cigarettes and It's Time to Leave. All the classic ones.
I honestly,
I've been drinking and this is good enough as a toilet. So yeah, I know that one.
Oh Lord. Oh yeah, I used to have some friends who like had a huge library of games, and every time they would come over, they would bring something different. So I got to try a bunch. I still remember like there was a game with like 9 numbers where you had to stack them in a very specific way that was pretty fun. Sheriff of Nottingham I enjoyed because that's just fucking with your friends on a grand scale.
Right.
And I am an absolute magnificent bastard when it comes to those kinds of games.
Well, see, that's why when we had this opportunity to play with some of the A&D guys, I'm like, we got to get it on because like one, this game really, if you're creative and like to like really can world build and like think on the fly, this is your kind of game. And if you like to screw your neighbor, this is very much your game because the entire point of this is to kill your friends with as much fun and creativity as humanly possible.
Oh man, Kill Your Friends is a great name for it.
Yeah.
Sorry, Aaron, we're starting over. It's now Kill Your Friends.
Yeah, it's funny. Gabe was actually the originator of the current title of our game.
Yeah, it was when it was Slaughterland. I said, can we switch to like something like Peril or something like that? And you're the ones who came up with Imminent Peril, and then we've been brainstorming ever since then. So
yeah, that's right. Gibby was like, no, just Peril. And we were like, well,
like share.
That's the important part.
it ended up working out really well, though, especially since they designed the logo. I got to convince them.
It's a cool logo. Yeah, it's looking good.
Now it's like one of those scenarios. Like I know Andrella can't be your wife. Help co-create the game can't be here today because she's off doing real world job and like that. Yeah. And I just want to shout out like and just to embarrass her because she's not here because that's what you do. You stab your true friends in the front. She's a huge fan, especially of Drew's. So she like would sit there and like just stare at him like in his work. So that's always a fun time. So Andrella, when you do listen back on this, you've been called out. So I just want to make sure I love you and I want to make sure you've been properly embarrassed.
That's going to make if we ever do get a chance to both come on here and play again, make it all the better.
Right. Finally, a chance to be killed by Drew. What every Drew Hayes fan wants.
We suggested that as a Patreon tier and got way too much interest, so we had to cut it.
Specifically niche fan group demand from Drew,
but a very like frothing group, like very ready to participate.
So you want to get this game out to Kickstarter when? What's your ultimate goal?
We're shooting for March.
Okay.
In any case, as soon as we possibly can.
All right. And then what's the goal? To get this, like, how do you want to promote this? How do you want to produce this? What's your plan?
So right now we're recording games. We're shooting for at least once a week, but more when we can fit them. We record games, post full games to YouTube, so you can go and see like other than these examples, YouTube/Crit Harder. Find us Crit Harder or Imminent Peril on YouTube, and we also have like, the trying to hit the social media with all the clips and whatnot of gameplay. And then there's, eventually either right before or when the Kickstarter goes live, I'm going to make this digital version available so people can actually, try the game themselves before having to wait and buy it. And I'm pretty sure like it's not going to be a turnoff. It's going to,
oh, that's awesome,
people
man.
even more interested
now. You currently have a Discord going on right now, right?
Yeah. So you can join the Discord to join.
Where do people go to join the Discord?
The internet, Gibby, keep up.
I'm leading the horse to water, motherfucker.
I have to explain the internet too. So discord.gg/imminent peril.
That's awesome. Now, can they go to I assume you can go to the website and get it from there as well. If not, we'll update the website, I'm assuming.
There's a constant swirl of updates being wrapped around, but we're going to make sure that we have a link tree. It's definitely on there, and like all of our social media points to link tree, and that points back out. It's just
All right.
there's a spider web that you can traverse and get there.
All right. Well, do you want to keep Gil and the Lily, or do you want to start murdering each other?
Why not both?
All right.
Murdering the Lily.
Let's murder the Lily. All right. So, Aaron, if you want to share your
Murdering the
screen,
Lily.
if you want to share your screen, and Drew and Steve and I we should all already be inside of the game. So,
All right.
okay.
All
Now,
right.
for folks who are watching on the video, like for the audio folks, you're going to listen to us play. We'll do our best to describe everything as it's going on. For folks watching the video, this is a staging thing, right? A staging based on this one website to get a feel for what the game is like. This is not the final product, and this is what the cards do look like, and some of them are still in flux. So just keep that in mind. Well, it is.
Yeah.
We still have designed
what
several of the
we would be
cards. So
hypothetically supporting in Kickstarter is a physical card game that you can.
yes, that what's coming to Kickstarter is a physical card game. All right, cool.
And for those of you listening to this on an audio medium, now's a wonderful time to get with the fucking times and check us out on YouTube.
Podcast or video now.
Yeah, I don't care if you're driving a truck. Go to YouTube right now.
Don't act like you
Like
don't
and
watch Netflix while
subscribe.
you're truck driving. I've seen you
Yeah.
guys. My granddad was a truck driver, so
Awesome.
he didn't have
Was
YouTube.
he liked to listen to?
Oh yeah, no,
podcasts
he
and
died
look
in a
things
horrible,
up?
horrible accident while watching YouTube. But that beside the point. No, that's not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
And now
unreal.
Gibby's made it his goal to spread that death to as many people as he
It
can.
was cancer.
It's
Anywho,
Aw.
he won't die himself in a YouTube-related car crash.
Cancer drove him to look that thing up on the road. And
Jesus. All right, Aaron. So, what's the gist of Imminent Peril? How do we play this game? What is it?
So, a general idea of the game: players create a world together, put themselves into it as characters, then invent deadly situations for each other to try to survive using one of their abilities.
All right. So, this is an RPG-like mechanics. We are theater of the mind as a group creating a story. Correct?
Yeah, super creative, survival action.
I should have had more beer.
And
you say that before literally every recording.
That is always true.
So at some point, you got to learn alcohol.
No, it's been 10 years. I ain't learned shit.
That's part of the alcohol consequence. there's a process in play.
That's fair. Again, the game's heavy on improv. We create details as we go. At any time, feel free to add more details to build out the story.
And ask questions.
Explain, or to help.
All right. So, what's our scenario? What are we doing? Where are we at?
To start the scenario, we will draw 4 random cards. Each one has a die rolled on it. So we are starting in a stupidly cute fairy tale forest
Okay.
inhabited by metallic shape-changing clowns.
Oh,
well,
God.
Yeah, that got horrible.
So those are just kind of like elements to kick us off. But now we can add some more details to try to glue them together. So, anybody, whenever you have an idea, like how do we?
I mean, I feel like the immediate role would be to self-terminate.
All right. So, the 4 of us, are we like some kind of Scooby-Doo gang? Do we come in here together? Are we like trying to exploit this forest for its stupidly cuteness? Or are we, a certain company, certain Imagineers trying to ape this for profit? Or are we just happy-go-lucky bystanders?
When
I think if we're gonna keep it true to life, we got lost and did not mean to end
Love
up
it.
here.
Okay.
We're dumbasses.
All right, so we're at Authors and Dragons Con, whatever. Next time we go outside for a pee and a smoke break.
We,
and next
we
thing you
were
know, we
trying to go
Narnia.
find a bar. We
Right,
tried to
we
go
ended-
onto a bar. We took a
We
wrong
went through some
turn.
fucking Narnia thing. We end up in this stupidly cute Enchanted Forest. Was it?
so stupidly cute enchanted forest, metallic shape-changing clowns. To me, that says like Transformers.
Well, like T1000 with clown makeup, right?
Yeah, that works.
Yeah. So maybe it's one. Maybe the forest is like so. Those metallic clowns are our nemesis that are coming for us. All right.
Metallic clown.
Yeah, I don't think we need that part explained to us. If I ever see a metallic clown step out from behind
Didn't
something,
you play
I'm
one
assume
for
it's
years on
hands
the Salty
sight.
Bastards?
I know exactly what cover band I'm starting as soon as this is over. Metallic Clown's going to be rocking a second.
All right, so we were trying to get drunk at the bar. Just appeared in this world. I would think that the world is like you know, if it's full of Terminator clowns, they've already like limited the population, and they're just hanging out happy until suddenly like
I think it's one of those sections. We go into the VIP section. We got Narnia into this. We went through like a little wardrobe, or we went through the back bar and ended up in a place we were not supposed to be.
Sure.
I love that Gibby believes we'd ever be allowed into a VIP section.
That was the joke. That was the whole point. Like, oh no, you guys go this way.
Like, oh yeah, the VIP section is this way.
What, you guys are all authors? Follow me. Oh, indie books. How nice. Yeah, follow me.
Oh, big spenders, eh? This way, sir.
Couldn't hack into the big six. Come on this way, fuckers. So yeah, that's how we ended up in this. All right, cool.
So we've put ourselves generally like, how did we get here? But let's be a bit more specific about where we are and what we were trying to accomplish when things went wrong. So
we were trying to find a bar.
Yeah.
We did not accomplish that, or did we? Maybe we don't know.
I can tie this into my other party games, and I don't know where my cigarettes are.
Sure.
All right. My character's looking for a dispensary. Let's just keep things as real as we can.
If we're keeping it real, then I have the world's tiniest bladder. So after a couple of whiskeys, I am now looking for a place to pee. So I am probably standing on some enchanted toadstool, wiener out, taking a leak on a tree when I spot a clown. That's where I'm currently at in this this world. So,
and even when we don't have Bob, someone still starts with their dick out.
Yeah, well, Bob's not here, so someone has to be in spirit. Damn it!
Yeah.
So yes,
His spirit wiener.
Spirit
This
I'll be the DD. Like, I was desperately trying to like be there for you guys, but then like you guys were already like, you know, we pre-gamed even before arriving to that
Right.
so you guys are already like trashed, and now my job's even harder to try to get you guys back home safely.
Well, I appreciate
Oh.
that.
I'm glad someone's trying.
All
I would
right,
have just
so-
let us go. Fuck that.
So Drew's looking for a dispensary. I'm looking for a place to pee, and Steve's looking for his cigarettes when we're in this magical forest.
Spoiler alert. They are in my pocket, but I don't know that yet.
All right, so deal us our superpowers there, Mr. Aaron.
All right, with 4 players, I'll throw out 5 ability cards. Phase 1 is Peril. I'm going to deal targets.
Every round, you get to use one superpower, one ability
Ooh.
to get out of your
Ooh.
danger.
Oh,
And
man.
at the end of each round, we will vote on who didn't make it.
So
Oh man.
so for your target, you're going to decide how circumstances are evolving to put them into new imminent peril. Players have autonomy over their own characters. Don't play their character for them. Focus on what they said they were doing and how that's leading them into a new deadly situation. Does everybody know who their targets are?
Looks like my target is Aaron.
Yes.
Got Drew.
Oh, okay. So I'm targeting Steve.
I'm targeting Gibby.
Okay.
All right.
Surprise, Gibby. That mushroom you're pissing on ain't going to be a mushroom.
Oh no.
Oh, don't get ahead of the story. Let's do it. You know?
Yeah,
All right,
so once you know what their new peril will be, flip your card face down.
we'll keep it simple for this first round, because also now since we only have 4 people and we have time, the first round immunity in effect.
Right. Yeah. With this few people, I think we still have time for first round.
Yeah, I think we do too.
So it's kind of a warm up. Nobody will die in the first round.
So use your worst power.
Vince. Well, yeah. So we'll worry about that when it comes time to try to survive what's about to happen to us. I'll go first. Now that everybody's ready. So Drew, you said you were seeking a dispensary. You appear in this new world. Your vision's still a little cloudy. And you notice some shrubbery that looks like it might fit the bill for some sweet new bud. You go over to take a look, and
All right. Well,
go ahead
I guess I'll
and-
take a look and then kind of stop, because I'm going to tell you, man, I don't harvest my own shit. That's for people who know what they're doing. So I'm going to take a deep sniff.
Well, he's got to put you in danger.
Say what?
He's got to put you
I'll
in
take
danger.
a deep sniff. I'm
Okay.
just not trying to harvest.
Okay, well, that's perfectly fine. So you take a deep sniff. This is an alien planet, and that is just full of like extraordinarily lethal pollen. So that will be your imminent peril once we hit the survival round.
Okay.
You're about to die from pollen inhalation. Deadly pollen. All right. Aaron, it's your turn.
Okay.
All right. So, Aaron, you are our DD. You are doing our best to try to keep us all safe. And Drew's off doing his thing, and Steve's looking for his thing, and I'm obviously standing there with my wiener out taking a whiz and like that. You're like, guys, come on! Oh my God, you're the one person with a clear head at the moment, trying their best in this forest. So as you're walking around, you're like, guys, you put your hands up in the air. You're like, I can't understand, and that's when you realize you're holding on to two metallic, spiky fingers as two murder metallic clowns came out of the forest, are standing on either side of you, and both their fingers are pointing right into your ears, and their blade fingers are ready to pierce your brain. So you're hanging on to those. It looks like you're two-fisting some junk, mental imagery being what it is, but it's about to go into your hair. That you're about to die from scissor brain.
From classic Terminator 2 style.
Yeah.
Yep. Classic Terminator 2 scissor brain. Yep.
All right, go ahead, Steve.
Okay, Gibby, you're piercing into what you think is a mushroom.
Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden, the mushroom grows a metallic face and goes like, "Oh, what are you doing?" But because the clowns can change shape, they have complete molecular control of their body. So the clown starts boiling this piss.
Okay.
And it's going to spit a mouthful of red hot piss straight back up your cock.
Okay.
Oh God,
That's your parent.
Lava cock. Man, I haven't had lava cock since that time I was in Korea. That's like a shot. Okay. All right, man. It's a way to go.
All right. Andrew?
It's the only
All
way
right.
to go.
Steve, you arrive in a magical land and immediately spot your cigarettes on the ground. What luck! Oh my gosh. Are you going to grab them?
Of course I've got to grab them, Drew. I'm not very bright.
All right. As soon as you grab them, they wrap around your hand. The vines you didn't notice were there snap on, and you are yanked up into a tree as the trunk parts. The bark gives way into very jagged mouth as you are slowly lowered into its waiting orifice.
That's true. Stupidly cute fantasy forests do have trees with faces. Nobody said those faces have to be good or not hungry for human flesh. So
Yeah.
yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
I like to think that since it's stupidly cute, I'm going to consume you, and it's just it's very nice about it.
It's like a cocktail
the big
shrimp.
gooey tongue, and the one Elmer Fudd tooth sticking up. Yeah.
I'm going to chew you slow.
Don't worry, pal. This will take a long time.
Digested in my roots for 1,000 years.
It'll feel like 10,000 to you. Oh God.
Oh, Sarlacc death. Okay,
Yeah,
I think we ordered the recap.
Yep. All right. So, does everybody feel sufficiently imperiled?
Well, yes.
All right. So, using one of your abilities, you will describe how you're going to try to survive, incorporating the title and description of the card into your explanation. And once you're ready, flip it face down in front of you.
I'm going to, because I played this game before, I'm going to exercise my I'm going to pull a crappy card, but I'm going to draw one off the top instead, because this is just a bad card. I don't care what is out. So
Gibby is making use of the wild card. At any point, if you're not happy with your options, discard one of your cards, but you have to immediately use whatever one you draw. Gibby, you can pull that in your hand to get a head look on it.
No, I don't. I guess that's sure. I'll drag it off the deck and put it into the.
We trust you. We think you'll bring back the accurate card.
All right, cool. So yeah, just drag your card and put it on top of your thing.
Okay. I think I put mine in the wrong spot. Hang on. Wait, where did it go?
That's the deck. You're just pulling extra
shit,
cards off the deck.
All right.
Yep.
Okay, hang on. I had one and I pulled it. I put it in front of me and now it's gone.
Oh, I hope that's not the one Gibby thought he pulled at random.
No, I pulled one. I pulled it into it's down in my deck.
Right,
so.
But if Drew's missing a card, what if...
Okay.
Card fever.
Well, I remember what it said, so I'll just go with that.
Okay. So I'm going to discard my old one, and I'll put the one I drew into there. So, yep. There we go. Drew just taking all the cards.
I'm taking them out of the discard pile to make sure I didn't accidentally put it in there.
He's testing the limits of this system.
Yeah.
We're here to break shit.
And clearly I have. I've magicked a card away.
Nice.
Well,
all right, so since I died first, should I go first or I periled first? What's the...
Well, go ahead and... Oh, right. You said you're just going to...
Yeah, I remember the card I played.
All right. I'll go first. Yeah. So I put you in peril first. I'll go first to describe how I'm surviving, but every round it shifts over one. So next round, Gibby will do each of those things first.
Yep.
Dramatic reveal. So I am, I'm about to be Freddy Krueger ear pierced by a pair of Clown 1000s.
Yep.
Luckily, though, I am wearing the hottest fashion. I'm covered in the trendiest clothes and latest accessories, making heads turn, jaws drop, and hearts stop. One of the trendiest new items in fashion is these super comfortable, like, get away from loud noises earplugs. Like, you need some quiet time. Everything around you is too much. So these are the densest, most
deaf canceling headphones.
Yeah, tungsten earphones. They're all the kids are doing them. Yeah.
So as the T1000 fingers extend to try to spit roast my brain, they just kind of clink against the tungsten earphones and kind of like Cap Shield. I hear like a little bit of a vibration, but peace remains.
I like how you have no peripheral vision that like these metallic clowns are just like.
It's not even slightly interrupting the podcast you're listening to, which is ironically a podcast about metallic clowns.
Well, this characterization is not inaccurate for me. It's very
all right. All right, so that's how you're getting out of your peril. My turn. So I picked the random wild card. So I was standing there trying to take a whiz on top of a toadstool because that's what I always do when I go into the woods is immediately take a whiz, especially when I'm drinking. And Steve decided that this thing is now gargling my pee, heating up my pee, and shooting my pee back towards me. So I picked a random wild card. So I chose.
Oh, Gibby, I found my card.
Oh. I'm so glad. Was it mine? Did I grab yours?
That's what I thought.
Yeah, you grabbed my card I had put out.
So
all right, so I'll switch here. You can have that, and I'll just pick a random one off the top.
You're hitting that wild card hard.
Well, I gave his back, so now I've got
pretty wild just to take another man's card. To be fair,
all right. Thank God I've got the power of light manipulation that I'm thinking of right on the spot. Light manipulation, as we all know, is much like the Green Lantern. I have see this thing goes to P for me. I use my power of light from this enchanted forest to bring light down to blind this piss spitting toadstool who's like, he spits it in the wrong direction. It arcs over there, giving me just enough time to hop off, put my wiener away, and dance around to the backside of the woods and try to take assessment. Like, oh God, Steve's about to eat my tree. So that's where I'm at. I have escaped my peril, blinded the toadstool, hiding in the bushes, watching Steve about to die.
Good place to be.
Yep.
I'll try and make this as entertaining as possible.
All right.
Okay. Well, my ability is multiply. Now, if I'm reading this correctly, which I might not be, you can increase the amount of something up to 1,000 times more than the original amount. So I would like to take out my cock and expand it 1,000 times bigger than it is in the hopes of giving this tree lockjaw.
Now, let's be honest, Steve. Was that all just an excuse to multiply your cock by 1,000 times?
I put my dick away. You take yours out. So
I'm dying with a huge dick.
They're gonna weep at this fucking funeral.
Yeah. I'll choke you. I will choke you down, tree. But oh God,
he's not going to. Yeah, he's not going to enjoy eating me, or maybe he is. I don't know what his proclivities are, but I've made things more complicated at the very least.
Yeah. I guess choke on it is a very literal term in this context.
All right. Like 5 extra caskets needed.
Well done, sir. All right, Drew, how are you surviving yours?
Well, I will utilize the power of pheromones to release. We have a saying in my family: fight fire with fire, whiskey with whiskey, and gas with gas. So there's toxic fumes rolling off of this alien bud plant. I'm going to release Panacea Mist from my pores, curing all poisons, all toxins, all negative status effects.
Stupid Bush thinks it's higher than I am.
That's right. So now I have avoided death, and I think technically I've cured my psoriatic arthritis.
I love it.
Nice.
All right. So
now we vote.
This is going to be a practice round, but for practice, We'll give a quick recap in preparation for vote. Then we'll pick up a token when you know who you'd vote for, and I will say 3, 2, 1, drop them, and we'll put them all down all at the same time. So for quick recap, I blocked the Clown 1000 Spike Fingers with my Cap Shield Tungsten hottest
Latest fashion earphones, yeah.
Yep.
I avoided the hot piss by blinding the piss spitting toadstool with my power of light manipulation and danced and hid into the woods. Then apparently I'm watching Steve's giant cock.
Yeah, I am also watching my giant cock as hopefully it chokes this tree into unconsciousness.
Listen, we're all watching Steve's giant cock.
Don't act
was
like
the
you're not.
Yeah. I'm watching it as I emit a panacea gas from my pores, neutralizing any toxins from the poison plant I was sniffing.
Nice. All right. So 3, 2, 1, drop. So luckily,
Toadstools don't have eyes, Gibby. Toadstools don't have eyes.
They also don't spit hot piss, yet here we are, Drew.
I scientifically explained why this.
He said it opened its eyes.
so
I'd take that like a potato eyes.
Ah!
So luckily, it's a practice round. If this wasn't, both of us would have died just now.
And
Oh,
a top, both die.
This is all kinds of bonkers.
All right.
Discard. Do we draw a new ability now?
No, you have your 4 down on the bottom. Now these are the powers you
okay.
have left.
Yeah,
I didn't know if it was like a you rotate through thing.
No, that is one variant to play where you have 3 cards and you rotate through them. But we're playing Burnable Hand, so you get what you start with and try to work with it as best you can.
Now,
All right.
if I'm not mistaken, Mr. Aaron, according to the rules, things that you do during one of the rounds stick with you. You can't use it again to save yourself, i.e. Steve now has 1,000 times size bigger penis indefinitely. He just can't use it to save himself later.
Yeah,
that is going to limit my mobility.
Yeah, that's a permanent change, though. It's not like you can use that 1,000-time multiplier on something different. Like the active effect has been used, card's gone, change is permanent.
Okay.
All right. Does everybody remember what their target was last doing before we put them in peril?
Steve was hanging from a fake cigarette box.
Yes.
Oh, I guess no. He was choking a tree to death with his cock. Sorry.
So you're correct, but the targets have shifted. So Drew, you've got a new target.
Yep.
Oh,
I am now
gotcha.
targeting Drew. Drew, you are now targeting me.
Okay. So we're going from what they were last doing when they survived.
Yes.
Right. Post. Okay.
All right.
So he had put his penis away.
No, it's choking.
No, Gibby I put mine away.
Yeah.
Oh,
Steve
took his-
I got Gibby
Steve
now.
took his out. Now someone else's turn to Steve will try to put his away, coil it around his leg, I assume.
There
All right,
is
so
a
I'm-
strangely inordinate amount of dicks in this episode.
I can't believe you didn't know this was coming.
All right, so
Yes.
uh,
Word choice
leaving-
very intended.
with my target now being Drew, he has emitted all these pheromones to stop the pollen poison, which is great for him. But being in this new forest where we're at.
Gibby, I'm sorry. I wanted to make sure everybody knew who their target was and what they were last doing, but everybody should have shared time to think and once you know what peril your target would be and flip your card.
Fine.
Right.
I'm gonna be by the rules. I know what I'm doing to Drew.
All right. So do we do like some character action and stuff to give our targeting people things to work with?
It flows pretty smoothly, just taking where you last said and they're like generally like a new idea of peril springs directly from.
So you're just sort of like tripping from rake to rake to rake.
Yes, it's
Yes,
very
gotcha.
much like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Now, that being said, when you're describing how you're surviving your peril, you can try to carry your character a little, further in time than just flat out survival. But you don't have to like go too far because no matter what you do, you're immediately going to hit that next rake.
Yeah.
All right. So now we take a moment to figure out what we're going to do to our targets. Oh,
Yes.
Gotcha.
All right. So everybody's ready. Gibby, go ahead with your
All right, so I am targeting Drew this time, and he, like I said, since he let out without all that pheromones to save himself from the killer bud. But the pheromones, what they did do was attract a whole host of horny, cartoonish, enchanted forest rabbits. They are now coming out of the woods. They are latching onto Drew and dragging him deeper into the woods to make sweet, sweet rabbit love till he dies. These are cartoonishly, they are enchanted. They are, even the clowns are just, metallic clowns are just kind of banging their hands together. They're watching. So he is going to die by lagomorph orgy.
And how sexy are these rabbits? Just for the listeners at home.
For the listeners
He
at home,
wants to know if they're Lola Bunny from Space Jam. Let's just cut to the chase.
Well, this is like, what is a stupidly cute enchanted forest? So use your imagination. I imagine like they run on all fours, but they can stand up and they can ambulate. So let's get as cute as you want them to be. Baby.
Lola Bunny, but she's like 20 years older and got a pretty severe drinking problem. Yeah.
Well, it's not just Lola. I mean, you got Bugs, you got a few others. I mean, this is like these are all of it. This is a whole host, whatever you call a horde of horny rabbits. So
bunch of drunk, washed up.
Yeah.
Well, I'm getting into obviously.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, you got to move that big 1,000-pound thing. Yeah. So yeah, I understand. So yeah, that is Drew's peril: death by horny, stupidly cute rabbits drugged into the woods. It's your turn, Steve.
No, I'm still thinking about your turn. All right. Okay.
All right.
All right, I'm targeting Aaron. All right, the clowns, their knife attack ricochets off your incredibly expensive and well-chosen earphones. And then they're like, man, wow, that was those are some great headphones. Why don't we just move our knife attack 3 inches down? And that is your imminent peril.
Well-calculated machines. Well-calculated.
Done.
All right, Drew.
All right. Gibby, as you hop off the toadstool and pull up your pants, you hear a rumbling from nearby as the toadstool begins to break forth from the ground and rise up, and you realize that toadstool was actually just the head of a massive mush maker, so named because it's going to flatten you into literal goo. It is very mad that you did not accept its gift of piss, and it is raising a hands to just slam down and flatten you into pudding.
Okay.
Yeah. That's the standard greeting around these parts, trading boiling fluids in the mouth.
Yeah. He basically offended this mushmaker on a deeply cultural level.
I am
committed a faux pas.
I mean, I initiated. It's my fault. I offered him my piss, and he tried to return it, and I broke his culture. I'm sorry.
You broke the code, man.
Yeah.
All right. So
you better hope there's an ability card for apologizing.
Flow code. Yeah.
Steve, you're entangled up in the tree, being lowered into a mouth. You just choked it with your 1,000 times larger than normal dick. It wasn't expecting such a mouthful. Like, it was hoping for something juicy, but that was a bit much. So as it gags, its giant barky, cracky teeth just clamp down and shear off your beloved cock.
Oh man!
About to, and like the diameter of this, you're about to bleed out instantly. Like, all of your blood is just going to drop at once out of you.
Yeah, that makes sense. But for the 5 seconds I had there, made the entire thing worthwhile. I think it's not a bad way to go.
It's certainly a way I have never heard before. All right, so pick an ability card. Once you know how you are trying to survive, drop it face down in front.
I didn't lose mine this time.
I wasn't going to say anything. I'm like, you're a big man now. You're an adult.
Now, if you pull pheromones again, though, there's clearly something that's just not wrong.
That was the card, the duplication card.
That's fair. All right, so Gibby, you're first.
All right. So, enchanted forest, giant mushroom mush monster coming out of the ground. And he's standing up and he's got a big, he's got a mushroom body, mushroom head. You can't not think of a giant dick. I mean, like, it's weirdly enough that Steve's about to have his giant dick bit off and I'm about to be killed, but it looks like a giant walking dick. So using my power of summon creatures, which I can summon up to, I believe it's an elephant, a single creature, allied creature, no longer than elephant to aid me. Well, we are in a stupidly cute cartoon enchanted forest, so why not summon a stupidly cute cartoonish elephant to come barreling out of the forest? Comes running in, slams into the creature, pushes him off to the side, thus saving me, and he salutes me with his trunk. Meanwhile, I will try to tiptoe further into the woods. There's got to be some like cartoon castle I can hide in. So yeah, and thus dodging the metallic clowns that inhabit these woods.
All right, Steve.
Yeah, I mean, we deduced that just because something's cute doesn't mean it's not dangerous. I'm using modular body, where I can swap out your body parts for things around you. So I'd like to replace my tremendous penis with a metallic clown.
Oh, God.
Whew.
I assume that you also inherit the liquid metal aspect of
I don't know.
Just his dick is now trying to kill him like this, like just with murder fingers. You know?
Well, I assume the clown now knows that we're in this together. He's going to put out.
It's a team effort now, motherfucker.
You're now my dick, Mr. Clown.
Yeah, it's like we can work out the particulars later on, but
I'm
right
into
now,
this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
fantastic. All right, Drew.
Art fans out there I need some fan art of this now.
All right. Well, I was waiting until we got a establishing shot of what the sunshine situation was like. But since Gibby was kind enough to mention they were dragging me off into the shadowy woods, I will wait until the until the bunnies have pulled me into the shade to activate my vampirism card.
Nice.
At which point I will turn into fog, but I will also float up above them and begin to dominate their minds because they are small rodents, which means I can fucking control them. So my overtaking of the enchanted forest has now begun.
This is going to sound unlikely, Drew, but this is exactly what I expected you to do.
Yeah.
I feel like your character's goals may have shifted a bit from just scoring.
Well, I came in to get some weed. The forest started it.
Now he's got a bunch of guys who can go find weed for him.
Yeah, now I've got a gang to finish it.
The good stuff, not that stanky stuff that almost.
I like how you're using your Kabir character from the Dicey Bastards plug, because he too likes to talk to animals and like make them do things he wants them to do. So well done, sir.
Yeah, he's more of a nice guy about it. This is vampirism, baby. These things work for me now.
Vampire Drew is not nice. All right.
All right, so I've got a Clown 1000 on each side of me. They adjusted the vertical distance to
Their approach vector.
Yeah, there was nothing wrong with their attack. It was just misfortunate fashion choices.
This works like all the time. There's clearly just bad spot. So luckily, though, I am also a clown. I am a master of amusing yet somehow deeply unsettling performances while wearing colorful and disproportionate clothing. I finally noticed the two T1000s after they tickle my earbuds a little bit. And I look to the sides, I see them shift down, and I go, and I shift down too. Bridging the gap. And yeah, that's it. You know what?
All right.
I'll also just reach out and go, honk, honk, on their nose.
Honk their balls, or just their
Yeah.
Whatever. However it is, clowns say hello. I don't know.
Exactly.
I'd like to think so. I honk their noses, but then my hands go off camera and you hear some jingle bells.
All right. I like that.
All right. So, quick
All
recap.
right, so recap. I have what did I do? I jumped into a giant elephant to smash into the mushroom headed thing trying to smush me down to save me, and my beloved cartoon Jumbo friend who's loyal to me has come to save my life.
Yeah, and I swapped out my dick for a metallic clown.
I turned into vampire mist and then dominated the minds of my former kidnappers.
And I, making use of my
Jacked off a clown.
years of clowning skills, just like they do.
All All right, so we pick up our tokens.
Yep. Once
grab
you
a
know who
token.
you'll vote for, grab your tokens. Once everybody has a token,
Don't put it on there yet.
3, 2, 1, drop them. So here's where I would ask what went wrong.
Well, the reason I voted for you is because
you don't have to explain.
Yeah,
You're
Oh,
allowed to.
you don't have to justify your votes in this game. It's pure personal opinion. If you
I feel
think
like I want
you need to
to.
like 10
Oh, if you
Yeah,
want
that's kind of
to.
the fun of it.
Yeah, exactly.
I just feel like just
Shoot
because
that dude
you're a
around, like, they
clown,
don't have eyes, motherfucker. You die. You know. So.
it doesn't mean that another clown doesn't want to kill you. I think that's
I,
I thought it was like, oh, a real clown. Fuck, gross. Kill, die,
no,
stab.
it's not even made of metal. What is this horrible parody?
It's a flesh version of us. It's like if a transformer saw a flesh former. Like, oh, no wonder Megatron wants to kill
guys,
us.
Oh,
don't
God,
ever.
Jesus.
Let's not use the word flesh former again.
Oh no,
Jesus
now we're
Christ.
definitely.
They'd
Oh.
never stop kicking it.
Oh,
yeah, what went wrong? So
Flesh
in
former.
their eyes, I am like some monstrosity that has somehow walked into their world like an abomination that needs to be put down. I shorten down and try to look at them like they're my friends, and I honk their noses. And as I reach down to jingle their bells in a rage, the noses that I honked spear out like Pinocchio and just like, and then like even from other bushes and other clowns in the area, just like spikes like a reverse urchin from all across the forest.
A reverchin. Oh, gross. All right.
This whole forest full of metallic clowns is like, ugh, a clown.
oh no! Kill it with
Not a
fire.
real one. Gross.
All right.
Hey, even they have standards.
All right.
So yeah, that is my death. Oh, that's what I did. I hit the death button and everything works like it's supposed to.
There we go.
So,
All right.
now as another part of the escalation phase, all dead players get to make the overall situation somehow worse in general. This can't target a specific player. It's just something that other players can then utilize or take advantage of in later rounds. So the word of overtaking the forest to honor their new vampire overlord has spread. Now all of the forest animals are actively like running out and turning against the Clown 1000s. They're just everywhere in a swarm, trying to enact his will.
All right. So the Clown 1000s came into this enchanted forest, and they're rising up against their oppressors. And Drew is somehow like Drew Guevara, and he is like vampire Drew Guevara. All right.
I just can't go somewhere and not start a wave of blood. It kind of seems.
Just a bunch of robot clowns and sexy anthropomorphic forest people. It was always going to end up like this.
Yeah,
tales old as time.
Yeah,
Mm.
Fighter's going to be glorious.
All right, Steve.
Look, I'm sure there's fan art somewhere of Lola Bunny fighting the T2000 or the T1000.
Well, if not, there's going to be as soon as I finish this podcast.
All right, Steve, you're up first, sir.
All right, so you summoned an elephant, right?
Yep.
Hmm.
He's loyal to me. He remains loyal to me.
I don't. Was that specified in the summoning card?
Let's see,
Loyalty?
it's right there. Summon creature. What does that say?
No larger
creature
than an elephant.
allied to
So-
you.
Remember the
I can't use him anymore, but he's allied to me.
well, you summoned him.
And it says allied creature.
Single allied creature.
Yeah. Of course, allies can become enemies.
Yeah. What you didn't
Fine,
realize
not
fine.
without
Turn
reason.
Jumbo against me.
is he's allied to the communist state.
Okay.
And once he figures out you're a capitalist, he needs to basically stomp you into the ground so you can feed the earth.
Okay.
Yeah, you didn't count on this being a commie elephant, did you?
I did not. I think he was a pinko elephant, so that sucks for me. Okay, so he's going like, is he going to sit on me like butthole first, or is he just going to stomp me with his foot?
No, he heard your suggestion. He's like, no, I'm gonna stop you with my foot.
Okay.
You don't get out of it that easily, capitalist deviant.
Okay. Because I've got Drew again. I mean, I know I'm clicking, so I'm like, I click it over, so I'm just going. Okay, so I got Drew.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of skipped over like giving everybody prep time.
Okay.
Drew, Gibby, are you guys ready?
I am.
I've got Steve, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I know what I'm doing for Steve.
Yeah,
Okay.
I know what I'm doing. So with Drew, thanks to this now, because of the escalation that Aaron added to the force, with all the animals coming to life and coming out, rising up against the metallic clowns. Metallic clowns are obviously popping up out of the garden, like, oh crap, they were hiding the entire time. They weren't ready for this. More mushrooms are standing up and like that, but also a lot of the birds are taking flight. A lot of the birds are taking flight, and it's causing the branches of the trees to move, which is causing sunlight to come in. And Vampire Mist Drew up there is not doing well. In fact, he's got about 2 seconds before he is vampire dead because the sunlight, because all the bushes and trees are moving around. So yes, you are now still susceptible to vampirism because that's what you activated. So yeah, good
Okay,
old
so the
fashioned.
cards don't vanish at the end of the round.
Well,
The
the cards
effects-
vanish, but the effects stay.
Okay, so you're still. So
Like,
you
you still
still
have a
have
giant-
your vampire thing for the whole thing.
Like right now, Steve has a clown penis.
Okay, I gotcha.
He's got a metal clown penis.
Oh, we're
And
talking
now
about
you
the
don't
game.
get. The only thing is, like, you don't get to use vampire powers to save you later. That power is done. The effect stays. If that makes sense.
Think of it like a cooldown. So you are a vampire, but you're not going to be able to like unmist yourself or mind control somebody actively in a future round.
Gotcha. Wait, you can't unmist yourself?
That's how you left yourself.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah, sorry.
Like there are
There are worse things to
there are
be.
cards out there like with shape changing and things like that. So if you had that, you could use the shape changing to change back into something else. Like if you use a power to turn into like a honey badger and fight something, but you didn't, and then now you're a honey badger going forward.
Gotcha.
So yeah, the sunlight coming in, and Drew is stuck as mist, and he's going to die a vampire hot death from the sun. That's your peril, sir.
All right, Steve, your clown penis is not attacking you. That feels too easy.
Brilliant.
But it is screaming for help. It is not happy at all about the current situation. And the other robo clowns see their ally in distress, and they begin rushing over, pulling you free from the tree's grasp, kind of drowning it out in liquid metal to get you free. And for a moment you're like, oh right, hey, this is pretty rad. And then they start to really pull because they're grabbing hold of the clown, they're grabbing its arms, and they're grabbing you, and they are just trying to yank you two apart. And I'm gonna say, buddy, I think having a former 1,000-foot penis that turned into a metal clown ripped from your torso that's gonna be a lot of blood.
Yeah.
To put it mildly.
Can
Also,
he finish in time?
I think I might have backed the wrong side in the Clown Forest Wars.
Just
I
wait
don't think the sexy rabbits would be treating me like this if one of them was my penis. Oh well, we live and learn. Or die.
All right.
All right. So, yeah, once you know which ability you'd use to survive, put it face down in front of you.
Okay, good. It flipped over for me. There we go.
All right. So, Steve, you're first again. How are you surviving?
Okay, thinking quickly. I use my amazing shape, size changing ability. Now I can shrink something down 1,000 times. So I'm going to, not my penis this time, but me. My clown penis shall remain the same size while I shrink to the size of a flea and become nestled safely in the buttocks of a metallic clown.
Steve, for you to have both these cards, this must seem like a very...
So, but your penis. Okay, so
It was a
for my
foregone
clarification-
He's
conclusion.
not detached. I get it. So he's still
Yeah.
on the clown. He's just jammed up in its butt crack so small that no one can find him.
Yeah.
But the clown dick is still a full size clown dick sticking off of this flea, right?
Well, we're still attached, yeah, but
It's,
like
yeah,
in
it's
the
more just
same
a
way
clown
that
with a flea
you
stuck
know,
to it. at
if a
this point.
parasite is attached to you, you don't necessarily know it's there, right? I'm just going to be very still, not
Okay.
irritating him at all.
All right. I am going to take advantage of the shade I have left and utilize acoustic manipulation to create sonic blasts that create a series of tunnels throughout the dirt below. And I will flow my fog form down into my little artificial tunnel structure away from the dirty, dirty sunlight. So now I can spread out throughout the forest as needed, giving orders to my minions to continue enacting my vengeance.
Damn. That's way cooler than mine. Okay, so I've got my own elephant who has now unfortunately joined the La Revolution, has decided to turn against me because I might not be a metallic clown, but I am definitely just not one of the cartoon cute animal folks. So he's going to crush me. I am going to use my power of animate objects. I can bring inanimate things to life to aid me. So empowered by the idea of like a Fantasia or something like that, I raise my hands and all the boulders and rocks stand up and start to dance to my tune, crushing the elephant, unfortunately, smashing him, beating him to the ground, thus saving me and giving me enough cover to run the fuck away.
Good.
All right.
Well done.
So now we recap.
I'll teach you, you filthy socialist.
So yes, recap, Steve. What are you doing?
Shrinking down to the size of a flea so that my penis appears to be free of me. Just another metallic clown in a circle of confused metallic clowns.
I am creating sonic blasts using acoustic manipulation to tunnel down into the dirt away from the sunlight and spread out my fog form throughout the forest so that I am hopefully harder to find and able to order my army around.
And I am using an animate objects to summon the rocks and the boulders to smash this elephant, break his legs, beat him down for daring to rise up against me while I run away like a brave capitalist. So yeah.
How do you kill an elephant? One rock at a time.
Yep.
All right, so 3, 2, 1, drop. So again, I think there were some extra tokens left on Gibby's, but still
Jesus.
changed the
5 out of 3 people voted. This is amazing. Oh.
I mean, it was a great move, but you did just bludgeon an elephant to death.
Well, I think I
A bludgeon elephant that you were standing right under to death. That was
that's fair to death. I should have made a shield or a dome, but I didn't. So foolish me. What happened?
You
was
just
the rocks
killed Dumbo's mum.
It's so this is my death, and here's what went wrong. I summoned these rocks and everything like that. Like I'm thinking I'm some kind of like druid or some cool shit. Unfortunately, like they kind of just came up out of the earth and just fell over on top of me as the elephant's sitting down. So it's just boom, 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 and the elephant's now just sitting there with my blood and paste slowly oozing out into the earth, possibly feeding Drew. God only knows. I only regret that this was the last Authors and Dragons Con that we stumbled into, and now I died a horrible death to cartoon animals. So
It's the way it's always going to end.
yeah, it was.
Just say, the situation we're in now, yeah, we survived, but Drew is a mist hiding underground, and I am a flea on a clown's ass.
Yeah.
So this isn't a great starting position. Well, it depends on your perspective, I guess.
All right.
So now Gibby gets to escalate.
Yep. All right. So metallic clowns. They ain't going to take this line down. You know, they've been sick of these cartoon animals. And the one thing metallic clowns are really good at is defending themselves against fleshy things. So the metallic clowns start like ching, 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 start scraping their fingers and their long bladed Edward scissor hands together, creating sparks, lots of sparks. And water forest full of a lot of dead firewood. The forest is now on fucking fire. Everything is burning. It is a conflagration. And so now you have all the metallic clowns. You have the war against the metallic clowns, the animals, and now everything's also on fire. Because how else are you going to escalate something like this with a good old fashioned forest fire? Fuck you, Smokey the Bear.
So with only 2 people, it's pretty obvious who your targets are. Flip your card when you're ready with their peril.
Blink. Okay, ready.
And now, Drew, you're first up.
All right. Steve, for a few minutes, you think you might have gotten away scot-free. You're riding along in the ass crack of a giant metal clown. You start to smell smoke, and the clown starts to get warmer, and that definitely has you concerned. But that that doesn't prove to be the big problem. Is a few minutes later, you find yourself looking up at what appears to be like a giant glass eye of a metal clown staring down at you. And one of the clowns has shape-shifted its limbs into a series of very invasive-looking tools, and you realize that you are still wedged right in this robot clown's ass, causing it a lot of annoyance and discomfort. And oh god, it's gone to a robo clown proctologist who is about to drill you straight to hell.
This was always a risk. I don't fault his logic, You got a sudden growth down there. Get it checked out, lads.
Yeah, you look.
It might be me.
God.
It might be Steve.
Okay, this could end badly. All right, Drew. You're just smoking the ground. What could you possibly? You're in a tunnel in the ground. Your smoke. It's heating up. I think you're probably just going to carry on expanding until you explode. I mean, it's probably what happens there. So until you turn into a Drew volcano, which will spurt your ashes up into the atmosphere, where the sunlight will kill you.
So the heat is causing my mist form to expand at a dangerous pace. Is that what we're going with?
Yeah, there's going to be a Drew volcano.
Okay.
So volcanic eruption forcing Drew up into the sun then.
Yes.
Yes, right. I will explode out. Gotcha.
Okay. All right.
And
so we pick one of our super ability cards.
And if you're not happy with your ability choices, you can grab wild card.
I've got this. The cards have been good to me.
Pretty much got what I want for this one.
All right. Drew, how are you surviving?
All right. Although there is fire all around, that means it is abundant. It's covering the whole forest. And that makes it actually quite the handy element to utilize. When I utilize my transmuting touch and turn all of the fire into one uniform substance. In this case, liquid nitrogen. Not only rapidly cooling the formerly heating up ground, but also dousing every single metallic clown in a massive amount of thermal shock, going from very hot to very cold in what will hopefully be an explosive outcome.
Nice. Hooray for science.
And school kids.
All right. I'm using the power of prehensile hair. As you know, I don't have any hair on my head, but it doesn't say which hair. So all of my body hairs of various size will shoot out and basically burrow into this metallic clown and control him like a puppet. And then I will make my escape. I am now the clown puppet.
You're gonna ratatouille this clown with your
Yeah. He doesn't like it at all. He's like, "Help me, proctologist." But the proctologist is like, he seems fine. He seems very healthy.
Very active. All right.
Look at him run. That's not the run of a man with a bad butthole.
No.
So
he's an excellent anal elf.
You both are welcome to do another quick recap to try to justify why you should survive over the other person.
I think with two, we're pretty good.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. It's going to come down to the deadies, I guess.
Yeah, because you guys are we
obviously we
vote
for yeah.
Okay, we should just the dead people vote on this then.
Yeah,
probably.
Yeah, fair enough.
That way it'll be like 92-3 or something like that. So however many of these tokens are floating around. So all right.
So 3, 2, 1, drop.
Oh,
we both die.
So in Imminent Peril, there are games where nobody wins.
Those are the best games, really.
So,
yeah.
Drew, Steve, what went wrong?
What went wrong?
I think my plan was great, but then everything fucking exploded.
Yeah, I guess let's just say that me causing a massive thermal shock to the ground, the clowns, and every single animal in the forest probably did enough damage to the dirt that I still got sunlight blasted. And Steve was. Let's just say I wiped the forest with that move.
Not only did we die, everything died.
Yeah. Listen, we didn't win, but they damn sure didn't either.
As long as nobody learned nothing, this is exactly where I need it to be.
I'll take a Pyrrhic victory over a loss.
So as 4 alcoholic white guys walked into the forest and destroyed it, I think we did our duty.
Hey, we stopped clown Terminators from invading. We died heroes. I died a hero.
I died squished under an elephant's asshole. So
they were just lying there and Gibby pissed on them.
We're in a forest. I thought that's what you're supposed to do, right? Big man, you take a piss in the forest.
Yeah. Well,
Give me the history.
I hope the listeners at home have learned a valuable lesson.
Indeed.
Gibby has a history of trying to raise environmental resources and use them for.
Yeah. I keep playing the same. When I do play this game, I have this one returning character who is just this. He's basically the evil lawyer in Jurassic Park who didn't get eaten by the raptor or the Tyrannosaurus. So yeah, I keep trying to exploit. I'm like an evil John Hammond. So yeah.
Nice.
All right. So that was the game. What do you
That
guys?
was a brilliant game.
Awesome. Thank you
What'd you
very
guys think?
much,
Did you
man.
enjoy
This
it?
was really fun.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that.
We had a blast playing this. Like, you know, so like when I got a chance to play it before, way back in one of the A&D cons, it was so much fun. One of my claim to fame was like, okay, so yeah, I got to beat Dinneman. It was great, and I held it over him for years. So every time we saw each other at another convention, it was like, oh, hey, remember that time I beat you? You've never beaten me, and I'm undefeated at all times at this game. Yeah, the game that you've never lost to. That feels good for me. Anyway, I'm going over here. Yeah. Like, take your millions of dollars, Dinneman, and suck it because I beat you. You know, that's all I got. So that's my anecdote.
Well, I haven't beat him at this game yet, so it gives me something to work towards, right?
I appreciate you guys playing. This has been a lot of fun. There is a classic kind of ending that I try to put on the end of any of my games. Just remember, no matter how bad things might get out there, at least you're not trying to stop a Clown 1000 invasion through a mysteriously left unlocked closet.
That's word from wisdom.
Yeah. Something we can all take home with us. Yeah.
So on behalf of Drew Hayes, Steve Weatherall, myself, MK Gibson, and Aaron Lanowitz, thank you all very much for being on this side quest. Be sure to check out this game when it comes to Kickstarter. Follow them at critharder.com. Follow them on Facebook on Crit Harder. Look for the game coming out and be part of this. Be part of this game so you can have it in your hands and play with your friends. Thanks again for everybody for playing, and we'll see you all next time. Bye, everybody.
Authors and Dragons is brought to you under a Creative Commons license, meaning you are free to share this material so long as credit is given to those who created it, which is us, the people you just heard play the game. Opening and closing themes performed by the Gore Core 4.
Authors and Dragons!